Good afternoon, guys. How are we all doing? I hope we are all good. Welcome to today's free live trading session. So we're just going to see through today's session. I'm going to share a trade which I already took. Um, but if we do happen to get a setup on indices, I'll still execute a trade live with you guys. But we took a trade on gold. We've had buying bias. Okay, let's see. I'm not sure if my screen was sharing. We had a buying bias on gold coming from this touch of the 200 EMA here. That's where we found our support. So we had the 200 EMA. We also had a nice W on the TDI as a confirmation. And this was the entry trigger initially for the buyers. This was actually the buyers trigger. I'm not sure if any of the guys took this buy here, but personally, I wanted to see price push up, take out structures here, retrace, and give me a reason to enter here for me to take a buy and TP on yesterday's highs. This was basically how my setup was looking like. So if we jump to trading view, you will see this was the setup. So I had to go down to the 3 minutes. This was the W on the M15. Impulsive push up came as anticipated. Break of structure, price retraced, entry trigger on the 13 EMA, 1:2 risk to reward ratio. So I'm just going to quickly rush through this because I want to start stoking on the indices. So I'm just going to quickly show you the results. Let's see. Right. So this was basically our chat in the community. We're just discussing a couple of items. Um, as you can see, let's just zoom. Okay, there we go. So we had guys already on buys. I'm sure they had buys, if not from yesterday, then from earlier. But today I came in M15. If we get a break above the OB where it was around 2650 area. I want to see a push up. Then if they retrace before getting to yesterday's high, I will consider a buy. This is today's live session being streamed. This is the current stream right now. So that was the update in the group. Then price actually pushed up, as you can see. Then they retraced. I took a buy with a stop loss, which was below here. Then I had a buy stop in anticipation of price to continue pushing up. The TP was around 2665. This is just an external TP I put based on a daily market structure, but it's not the one I used for today. Today, I just exited my trade on yesterday's high. So this was the initial entry. This was the price moving with a buy stop triggered. I think here it was almost about to hit TP. Then you can see the closed trades, $100 profit, which is a 2% return on the account which this trade was executed on, which is a 5K prop account. What else did we have? I think we took the trade also on another account. You can see basically same setup, 1:2 or slightly above. And this one was about to hit TP. I think it's already hit TP as well. So these are the results of the trades we took. And there you see price just hit yesterday's high and now it's retracing. So it's mainly a matter of waiting. As long as you've got buyers, I feel like entries can be a bit easier to come up with. So this was the gold setup we took. We got a 2% return on this particular trade. So what I want to do is let me just stop the share. I wanted to take a flashcard of that setup, but nevertheless, right, let's jump back to indices. Okay, so indices price has been pushing down. Um, let me just wait a few seconds. Let me see if any of these guys are going to join this session. But if not, I'm just going to continue. Then I'm going to share the session on on YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, if you haven't subscribed yet, if you find value in my content, please do subscribe, like, and share as well. And also comment your views. Did you trade gold? Let us know what you trade, what times you trade, what sessions you trade. What type of trader are you? Are you scalping? Are you day trading? Are you swinging? Are you participating on the prop firms or you're trading private funds? Please do let us know. Okay, that's just the network. I hope it won't give us issues. So just a recap of yesterday's session while we wait. This was the peak. You can see this is also still a point of interest. Price can still get there, but let me rather start off this from the daily. Okay, let me exchange these two. All right. Okay, so from the daily, I personally feel like price could potentially push down, honestly, based on what I'm looking at. But at the same time, I'm open to buying because remember it's NFP week, so price can decide to go sideways until we get to Friday. So if we do get any opportunity for a long, I will take a long. But if you notice from this peak here, we broke a structure here, so price pushed down, came back up, created a lower high here, then pushed down, created a lower low here, pushed up, created a lower high here. So potentially price can still push down, but then I'll want to see something convincing, like on H1 confirming that bearish bias so that I can take a sell. Otherwise, price can still react off the zone here and maintain this range within this area until NFP day. That's also possible. So for now, I'm on the sidelines, just stoking to see what's going to happen. Same applies to US 30. US 30, this has been my point of interest for a while now. If you're following us, I'm sure you already know. But again, if you look at this market structure, you see we got this leg, we've got a head here. Could we get another shoulder here? Because this shoulder, head, shoulder. So this could become a head and shoulder pattern. So could price come back up here before it decides to sell? It is possible. If we do come back above the 13 EMA, I might trade with a bias considering that price would actually be coming back up here. So this area where price is, for me, it's still hot. Here, price is also failing to break and close below this area. So I'm still open to seeing a buy. I'm still open to seeing a sell. It's more or less like yesterday's analysis or yesterday's view, more or less the same thing. So these two are the ones I'm going to be stoking. S&P 500, I rarely look at it, but it's just looking like it's the same thing almost. We do have a zone here which is not being broken. So more or less the same thing, but leaning on sells. As long as we're below the 13 EMA on daily, I will be leaning on sells. So let's see what happens. Equities market opens. Okay, let me just respond to this quickly. Right. Okay. All right. So equities markets opens in 5 minutes. So let's see what they're gonna bring. So for now, I'm going to switch to trading view. Possible continuation gold. Remember, I've got 2680. Okay, maybe let me show you guys the reason why I had 2680. Okay, there it is. You can see I actually have like an alert here. This was some other trade, but let me just remove this. Already expired. Right, 2680. Okay, price for gold can potentially get there. What's my reasoning for saying gold could actually get there? The reason I'm saying gold could get there is I'm looking at it like this. I'm looking at this daily structure. We look like we almost in a range. So based on the current market structure I'm seeing a bullish move. I've been seeing this bullish move. So if we can come back above this liquidity, this price can potentially push into this area here. That's where the 2680 is coming from. 2680 is somewhere in here. So this is just a point of interest I have. Price can continue pushing up. Swing traders can help us with that view there. But anyways, this afternoon we're already done with gold. So I'm just going to quickly switch back to US 100 and US 30. So I'm going to make these two charts. Right. All right, side by side. This is just for me to see what's happening from a higher time frame. So from here, once I see what's going on, I'm going to switch to the day to the H1. Or rather, let me actually switch to the H1 because here I already know what I'm actually anticipating. Um, Thank you for joining, bro. Thank you for joining. I'm just looking at Nasdaq and US data. I'm open to taking buys. Um, if I get a buy set up, I'm open to taking buys. So here I'm just going to come to M15 and we're going to wait for price here. So this also looks like it could become a breaker. That's yesterday's high. This zone was tapped. These are just points of interest we're marking out. This is an order block here. Minor zone price can retrace. Okay, Nasdaq looks more or less the same. A breaker here. All right, so the only thing we can do now is wait. So usually I'll have to wait until 5 p.m. because 15:30 sometimes or most of the times it comes with some noise. So while we wait, I just pay attention to H1. So we're currently within the H1 now. So for me to get a bias for the session, I need to wait to see how H1, the current H1 is expanding. So I just have to be patient for the next 30 minutes to an hour. But by the time the current H1 closes, we should at least be having a bias of where this price is going. Then after that, we're going to look for entry or our setup. If we do reject here, price can potentially continue pushing down, like we said, especially on US 30 where we've got that other zone on the bottom. But again, with NFP, like I said, price can decide to just like push sideways without much volume going on either direction. But if we can get a setup, we can still take a trade. I do have a point of interest. Okay, what did I do there? I do have a point of interest. Okay, I don't know what's going on here, but anyways, I do have a point of interest right here on this level. You see, we also have the 50 EMA. This could become an ID 50, also possible. So that means if we can get a chance to get that buy, we can actually take a buy and target that area as a TP. These are all possibilities of what could actually potentially happen. So for now, we're just going to wait. Stock market is opened. 431 GMT plus 2. So for now, just waiting to see what this price wants to do. If there's any stop huns happening, we should be able to see them right now. All right, let's see. Price. also bouncing off the open price for today on this current broker which I'm on. So the area is acting like a resistance area. So if we can come back above the 13, then I'll start considering buys. That would be my only reason to actually start to look for longs. If we can come back above the 13, I'll start considering going long. But as it seems right now, price is being bearish. So let's see how the H1 is going to close. So while we wait for price, I think I'll just be silent in the meantime. Just check a few updates on the phone. So of the two indices, we can see that US 30 is the one with more volume there because it's already moved like 130 points. Whereas on the other side, Nasdaq hasn't really moved much from the time the stock market opened. So we've got like what's less than 40 points. And on the other hand, US 30, it's a 100 points plus. So yeah, let's see. Let's see. Let's just see how M15 is also expanding. Okay, so all right. If we're going to sell here, what I would love to see, I've got 3 hits on this zone. What I would love to see if I'm going to sell here would be something like this. Then a push up, then a drop. But at the same time, I'm very conscious of this yesterday's low value. So price can still bounce off here and decide to push up. So extra patience is required on setups like that because price can still find support here and actually push up. So as much as we may want to sell, we just have to be conscious of what's going on with price. At the same time, if we do come above, like I said, on the 13 EMA on H1, then what I want to see is an impulsive push up. Then I want to see price retrace for me to actually take a buy. So I'm just keeping it simple like that. And for me to do that, the only thing I can do is wait for H1 to close. Nasdaq looks like it wants to push up. Let's see what's happening with US 30. US 30 actually melted down back to London lows. So for now, I'll just come back here and I'll wait. So again, we won't be putting so much pressure on this particular setup because we already took a win on gold. So even if we don't get a trade today, that's perfect. If we don't get a trade today, tomorrow I'm not trading indices. I believe it's a national holiday of some sort in USA. So I won't be trading New York session, but I might be on charts in the morning, London session, just to check out German 30 or German 40. That's the only thing I'll take trades on tomorrow. Then Friday, we'll trade 30 minutes to 1 hour after NFP. That's my trading schedule for the week for those who want to join us for the trading sessions. So yeah, let's see what happens here. Patience, 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 patience. Points of interest there on NAS. This almost looks like a nice divergent setup for the retracements. Until we break this, I don't think I could say we are bullish here. Because from here, this is a huge impulsive move for me. So until we break this level, I'll be very conscious on how price will be just acting. So let's see if we take a buy. If a buy forms here again, it's short term. US 30, lower highs, lower lows, same thing. Because also what could happen is, remember, this is also, for me, also qualifies as a supply zone. So we could push up, but find resistance right in the supply and actually still push down. So here we'll get something like it like this, and TDI will give like a static 50 bounce for a sell. Also possible. We cannot rule it out. The reason I don't trade 1630 direct is this. Because you see on H1 price almost looked like it was pushing up on Nasdaq, but then still pushing down. So if you are on a smaller time frame like the M3, you actually be tempted to take a buy. Because just now when we were looking here, at some point this candle was solid green. So if you're in a rush to take a buy here and your stop loss is here and your TP is here, for example, price would have taken you out. So that's one of the reasons why we exercise patience. As long as H1 has not clearly shown me where the daily bias is going, or as long as H1 hasn't confirmed anything from a higher time frame, I'll just be on the sidelines watching. For example, like last week, most setups were happening around 6 p.m. SA time. All the way from New York Open, there was literally nothing. So if you were trading during that time, you could have wasted your capital because the best setups only happened at 6 p.m. going onwards. That's GMT plus 2, 6 p.m. SA time. So a lot of patience just needs to be exercised. And if you are day trading, H1 is to be your best friend. H1 is to be your best friend. If you are not yet profitable, the 13 EMA has to be your best friend. Because most of the setups we take, most of the bias we have, everything originates on that 13 EMA. So there's about what? There's about 20 minutes until the H1 closes. So it's actually feels like it's forever. So if you're trading, sometimes, like I said, it feels like it's forever because when you come to the charts, you want to start pressing buttons, but the money is actually made in the waiting. So simply have to wait until price shows you something clear, then execute. This Zoom, I think it ends at 16:50. I think the duration of this Zoom will be about 40 minutes. So if it does end in 40 minutes, I'll just continue with this conversation on the WhatsApp community. Then I'll still share my view as the price is moving up until 6 p.m., I think. Then if we still don't have anything solid by then we can call it a day. Then we'll see the charts tomorrow. We already took a win on gold, like I said. So we are not really in any rush to force any setup. All right. If we look, okay, just before the session ends, let me just speak on this. If H1 is going to close bearish, there's going to be a high chance that we are actually going to push towards this zone, or at least we're going to be continuing with the bearish move. So how are we going to get an entry? What are we looking for? So we've broken this minor zone which we had here. I would say again on the 13 EMA, that will be my main focus. Also, we do have yesterday's low here, so maybe let's see how price wants to act right here. If we get a break, something like this, I might still consider a sell because H1 is strong bearish. Direction for the session right now is bearish. So it would only make sense for us to actually look for sells if yesterday's low is broken and potentially retested. That's the only thing which makes sense. Others might have taken a sell on this imbalance here. There's also nothing wrong with taking this sell here. Nothing wrong there. But for me, I would say the candles I want to see on this area are not the candles I got. So entering here, it's a bit, for me, it's a bit of a high risk, but there's nothing wrong with taking a sell here. You can also take a sell here and actually target yesterday's lows, call it a day if you are scalping. Also nothing wrong with that. Because that move alone there would have given you about 50 points, which is not bad, but the risk would have been almost the same. 1:1 risk to reward ratio. So for now, let's see how they act here. I'm just going to go to M15. All right, so M15, we do see price took out liquidity just above this OB. We interacted with the 50 EMA. We've broken an order block. If we retrace to the 13 EMA on M15, I am taking a sell. That's my trade idea right there. I am taking a sell. If we retrace back into the 13 EMA on 15 minutes, back into this broken order block right there, I am taking a sell. At the same time, we want to stay open with this gap here just to see what happens. But otherwise, my point of interest would actually be this order block here and this 13 EMA here. So if I'm on a smaller time frame like the 5 minute or 3 minutes, I want to see price come back up into this area. Then I want to take a sell. US 100 still going sideways. There is on US 100, there is no direction at all. So just going to be patient with it as well, see how each one closes. But again, bias almost looks the same because as long as we are closing below the 13 EMA, my bias is going to stay bearish until we come back above the 13 EMA. So here I want to see, like I said, a push down. We need to come below yesterday's lows and we need to stay below. Price can also do something like this. They might come below, retest, as if they're going down. So if they do that, what you want to do is you want to enter with sell stops. So if price breaks yesterday's lows and comes here and creates a lower high than this high here, this is the entry. A break of that OB is an aggressive entry for me, and I'm targeting 100 points. If price moves that way, that's how I'm going to enter. So for now, just gonna wait for H1 to close. Then we will take it from there. Then let's just see what's happening with H4 here. Okay, H4 could also be coming towards the 800 EMA. So as you can see, price has been failing to break that low, like I said. Okay, I'm going to just mute for about 90 seconds. Then I'll resume just now. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. So I was saying price can potentially.
I've just took. Hey fam,
How's it, bro? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I've just took just a low risk buy on SP 500.
Okay.
For the reason for that buy, it's also just on 1 minute. I'm not doing a lot of things or a long trade.
Uh-huh.
It's just to take the previous New York high or the London high there. And for that, it's just a 1 minute trade, which for a reason there's just an SMT divergence has been formed. S&P has taken the previous low, and Nasdaq didn't take that low. So I'm just checking if ever it will work out in my
Oh,
favor.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just playing with. I'm not taking too much risk on this one. I'm just checking if
Okay.
ever it will manipulate what I want to see today.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Nah, it's so good. I've
Yeah.
I've never understood SMT divergence. That thing confuses me. Because sometimes I see the divergence, but then I get confused on, okay, what exactly am I supposed to trade, like which direction? So I've never really put time to actually learn it. But yeah, it can actually play out. And usually S&P
Oh,
500 usually moves sometimes the same with Nasdaq. They usually have the same setups. As you
yes.
can see, they almost like moving the same. Then there's the wild kid is US State. US State is the one which usually does things of its own. But anyways, let's see
Even
what
right
will
now.
happen.
Even right now, it's got its own mind. So
Yeah, 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 yeah. True.
I'm not looking at it right now. Just looking at this too.
Okay, all right. Now, perfect. Let's
Yeah.
see. S&P
Yeah,
500.
I'm glad that we also. Yeah, I'm
Sorry.
also glad that we also caught that gold trade.
Yeah, yeah, true. I
Um,
also feel like that trade on gold took away the pressure for trading right now. Yeah,
Most definitely,
yeah,
man. Right now, I'm just comfortable with
yeah, yeah,
whatever I
yeah.
do.
True, true.
Yeah.
Okay, US 30 actually looks like it might have retraced to the 3 minute. Let's see. Okay, so let's, all right. US 30 looks like it's gonna sell, bro. Let me see if I can execute it on the other prop I got. Um, this is Match Trader. So you see, I don't even worry about calculating lot sizes. I just measure my loss and I play with this SL and TP. The lot size, I'll only check it after the trade is running. So as you can see here, the lot size is 0.27 on this particular position. So I just let this application. This is which platform is this? Is this Trade Locker or what? Yeah, this is Trade Locker. So let's see if this is gonna drop. I do have a 1% risk on this particular trade, and this is the setup I'm running with. So the only thing I want to see if we're gonna stay below yesterday's lows. Check here. Okay, has H1 closed already? 16:55. Okay, we got 5 minutes until H1 closes. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna remove S&P from my list. Let me just watch these two. Hey, trading sometimes can be stressful, bro. Sometimes you see something and you are so confident that, okay, this is a sell. This is a sell right now. The moment you enter that sell, that price will shoot up. And you're like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be
Yeah,
stressful
well,
sometimes.
I'm just getting to learn that sometimes, whenever, even though you know that your
Yeah,
strategy is right,
it's always
you
good
can
to
never
use
go
proper
wrong at
proper
any
risk.
point. But sometimes we yeah, sometimes we make mistakes somewhere somehow. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
it can
true,
never be 100% sure. So we need to
true.
just allow ourselves and accept that, yeah, oh, this time I was wrong. So
Yeah,
where
true,
can
true.
I prove myself next time? It doesn't matter if ever you did the right thing or not. But then
Yeah,
remember, it's only the market can never do the same thing
yeah, true,
every time. Yeah.
true story.
So I'm just leaving room to say, sometimes I'm not wrong. It's just that
Hmm. The market will do
market
what the
didn't do
market
what I
does. So
anticipated.
price can just do what it does.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So I'm like, okay, now it's fine. I'll try next time. Then, but still, I'm sticking to what I know or whatever pattern that forms. I should
Yeah.
always get in or not get in.
Yeah, true, true, true. Well, let's see what happens now. I think I got 10 minutes until this session ends. So hopefully by then this price would have either hit stop loss or gone to TP. Let's see what's happening with Nas. Nas today is literally just choppy. There's no direction at all. The whole of New York session, there's nothing, nothing solid.
Yeah, it's just consolidating right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, if I've got confidence now in getting on gold, everything is pashasha.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, 100%. Yeah,
And hey, man, I've
tomorrow
got
I want to trade German 30 in the morning. It's been good giving good setups this week.
yeah, yeah,
Giving
for
good
sure,
setups. So we'll
for
see
sure. I've been
tomorrow.
also watching it.
Yeah. And I prefer trading it in the morning, come to the charts around 9 in the morning, then around 10, maybe get a setup 10:30. By 12,
Mm-hmm.
TP will be hit. If it's really moving, the TP will be hit.
Oh, that's the opening time
Yeah. That's the opening time.
for Gemini. Okay, okay. I'll look up to it and then
Yeah.
probably do some retest and back testing on it too.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
check it out. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be offline in a minute right now. So I
Okay.
think I've got load shedding today, so it's gonna come back
Okay.
probably by 7. So it's
Nah,
good,
no
man. We're gonna
worries.
see each other on the chat.
All right, no worries, fam. Thanks for joining, man. Thanks for making time.
No problem, my guy. You always know we all here, all together, all the
Yeah, for
way.
sure. All right, this trade is almost looking like a liquidity sweep, but on yesterday's low, if you look at it like this, so I think I'm going to split my risk from 1% to either I close or I reduce it. I think it will just hit before I manage it because it's looking like a liquidity sweep. Mm, okay, let me just leave it. Let's leave it. Let's leave it. If it takes me out, then I'll probably be done. Because what I wanted to do is I wanted to do 50%. So I wanted to move my stop loss from here to here so that it becomes 0 0.5. Because this is beginning to look like a liquidity sweep. Right on yesterday's low. Because I'm also looking at this trade from my phone. We'll be very, very lucky if it doesn't take us out because it's also approaching the 13 EMA on 15 minutes. So let's just see. Maybe let's just leave it. Let's that 1% run as it is. Also, I would advise if you're trading, sometimes it's good to, let's say your risk for the day is 1%. You split it into two. So if you get a setup, the first setup, you want to go in with 0 0.5, take the trade with whatever risk to reward ratio you have, as long as it's positive. So if it's a win, that's cool. But then if you get another setup, you can still trade. If this is a loss, then you can still wait for another setup. Then if it's a win, you end up recovering this loss. So that can also be something which you can add to your trading. Because after risking 1% like this, I don't think I'll trade again, even if I'm to see a setup which is good. I don't think I'll take another trade because my 1% is my maximum risk for today. So it's a matter of setting your rules and just following them. Let's see what's happening. I'll come back to this just now just to check if we're gonna hit SL or not. Oh, okay. I was wondering why price was pushing up. Okay. Yeah. Almost on stop loss, almost, but missing us almost. By the way price action is looking though on H1, it looks like it can tap us out. These H1 candles are not really favorable, if you were to ask me. They don't really look like they are telling any story. So probably my sell there was a bit too early because I was looking forward for a continuation of those sells. So I was most likely, if we were to go down, I was supposed to wait for that retracement, but I think I was a little bit too early in trying to take a sell because as you can see, this is definitely a retracement back into the 13, and my stop loss is right here near where the price is. So chances of this price taking me out are very high, and price can come back all the way up to this order block. As you can see, this, yes, it's an OB. Yes, price can push down, but price can also come to this level here before continuing down. Also possible. So, like I said, it's only a matter of patience and waiting. Nasdaq, nothing too clean as well. H1 close. We could still push down, but nothing too clean. So I think today that's it from me. There's 1 minute left. Price will most likely take us out